Welcome to the Wine Find Talks. Today we have a very special guest from Rombauer. His name is Bob Knebel, and he's the president and CEO, so he has wonderful things to share with us. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Now, you are, the leader of that organization, so you have a bit of a perspective that's different than everyone else's. So my question to you is, why do you think Rombauer is so iconic?
Well, thank you. I think it's a reputation we've earned over the past 43 years. And I think in large part it has to do with the fact that we're true to who we are and who we always have been. For us, it's always been about hospitality. We're people, right? We love the fact that wine brings people together. And it's our relentless devotion to quality and consistency. Once we're only producing a very limited number of classic varietals. And when we decide to get involved in producing a wine, we want to make sure it's the very best wine that we can possibly put in the bottle and keeping it available at an approachable price point. So it's great value for money. It's reliably delicious. Stylistically, it appeals to our customers, and they know they can count on us every year. They also love to come and they also love to just come and hang out with us. We're fun people to be with, and they feel very much like they're part of our winery. So that's what's really contributed to the iconic stature of this brand.
Well, you're pointing to sort of the history. You're pointing to the legacy. But tell me about the backstory, because I know the backstory is quite fascinating.
It really is. Our founders, Kerner and Joan Rombauer, grew up in Southern California, moved to Northern California via Dallas, because for a while Kerner, for his whole first career, was in aviation. He was a military pilot for 8 years, and then he transitioned to a commercial career with Braniff Airways back in the 1960s and early 70s. Braniff repositioned the family to the San Francisco Bay Area so he could fly international routes, and it was during those years that he started to get involved in the wine industry. He decided that was a better long-term career choice for him. So they started producing some wine in 1980, Cabernet Sauvignon, and then over time, very, very gradually, in a very humble fashion, built the business.
Well, when you grow slowly, it's always best. It's more solid, isn't it?
It is. With our devotion to quality, it was always, we've been chasing demand for 43 years because we refuse to compromise on quality. This has never been about some sort of artificial growth rate. It's just gradually scaling up in production as our circumstances allowed, but staying true to that quality level and to the style that we produce.
So Bob, when did you first start making the Chardonnay that we're having today?
In 1990, we were introduced to the San Giacomo family. They live about a mile south of the town of Sonoma, and they're quite renowned for their Chardonnay vineyards. So we struck up a relationship with them, which exists to this day, and sourcing fruit from the Carneros region was key to developing this particular style. We also changed our production techniques. We went to 100% barrel fermenting the wine, and also 100% malolactic conversion of the wine. We also started sur-lees aging, so we stir every bottle. It's called bâtonnage. We go in and stir every barrel of this wine every 7 to 10 days. So that combination of the fruit and the production method allowed us to develop a style that our customers have found irresistible.
Well, I love that, because I love barrel fermentation, because barrel fermentation ends up really integrating the oak. The malolactic, for the benefit of some viewers that may not know, really converts the acid that can be quite aggressive to a buttery acid, the milk acid. So I love that. Let's taste it, because my mouth is watering.
Oh, what a great idea. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
So lovely.
I love this wine with pan-seared scallops, fresh crab, fresh halibut, lobster, of course, classic pairings with this wine.
Yes, you've got the bright acidity to offset the richness of something like a lobster tail. even with Beurre Blanc.
Exactly.
It's interesting when I have that sort of thing, the wine becomes even more elegant when you have it with rich food. I love that now. That's what I want to do all summer long.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.